Hello everyone, welcome to the stream. We are playing this time the Magical Land of Yield, and we have a couple special guests, the developers behind the game, Jake and Nick. How are you two doing?
Pretty good. We're excited to be here. I'm excited to run a game for you all.
Yeah, doing well.
Good. So we normally start off with seeing how everyone's week is. Since you guys are the special guests, I'll let you guys go first. Let's go ahead and start with Nick.
Oh my gosh, my week. It feels like it just started, but I guess we're several days in at this point, aren't we?
We're almost done with the week. It's Friday.
Oh my God. Oh, my time. It just disappears, slips away. No, I was sick last week, and I have not fully recovered from that. So I'm definitely playing catch up.
Dang. Well, I'm glad you're doing better.
Thank you. I feel better. I was worried I would be a little stuffy, but I feel clear, and my voice doesn't sound too scratchy.
That's good. And what about you, Jake?
Yeah, no, I'm actually having a really good week. I've been really productive. I have no sense of time anymore. That hasn't been a case since that hasn't been a thing since the pandemic. So my weeks just blend together.
Mm-hmm.
If you asked me what today was, I would tell you that it's like summer of 2024 or 2025. I'm completely detached from reality, and floating through time like the guy from Slaughterhouse-5.
Yeah.
But I'm in a good mood, and I've been really productive this week. We're working on a bunch of new stuff for our game, and we have a bunch of stuff coming out later this spring and summer, and we've been making good progress on that. So
cool.
Yeah,
that's good. Okay, and let's move on. And Zabby, what about your week? How's your week been?
Well, finally getting my own sickness under control here, which is definitely making Chaos happier with not getting woken up all hours of the night.
Yep.
And might actually be getting back into doing my own streams here soon, just in time for my year anniversary of getting started. We'll see how that goes.
Well, what I say is if you want, like I've told Draco, you're more than happy to stream these sessions. So that's up to you if you want to do that. And let's go ahead and move over to Mega.
Doing pretty well. Work's been really terrible the last 3 months because there have been funding issues and I have not been getting paid, but we just found out that they've secured more funding and we're getting all of our back pay. So yeah, that's awesome. I feel much more very relieved by that. And so that's it for me.
Now, quick question, are they going to pay you interest?
They are not, but I'm fine with it.
Yeah.
I'm also very well positioned to argue for a promotion and a hefty raise because I've been there for over a year now.
Mm-hmm.
And my boss quit and I've been doing his work. So
oh yeah, that would really do it.
Yeah.
And so let's move on to Ro.
Let's see. Today was Good Friday, so went out to visit with an uncle and aunt, and they had a fish fry tonight. So kids got lots of Easter candy and other things, so they're very happy.
That's good. Good. And what about you, Draco?
Well, yeah, it's been an eventful week, streaming and everything, but I finally got my email. I'm officially a Twitch affiliate now, so I've been working hard on getting all of that set up and looking forward to tonight's game. Thank you.
Oh, yeah, congratulations. Yeah, speaking of emails, I got an interesting email today.
Nice.
Stars Reach has started their official content creators partner program, and they sent me an email inviting me into it. Not that really sort of matters, considering I've been doing interviews with developers, which, by the way, if you haven't checked it out, I actually have an interview with the lead developer, Raph Costner, the man who is the lead behind Ultima Online, Star Wars Galaxies, and is the main creator and force behind Stars Reach. And he does leak some information in the live stream. So it's really, really good to, or not live stream, but the interview. So it's really good. But let's go ahead and get going. So who is it that's GMing? Is it Jake or Nick?
It's going to be me. Yeah.
Okay. So let's go ahead and have you kick us off into this game.
All right. Well, welcome to the Magical Land of Yeld. Let's get started. And let's start with Bard and Gator, two of the triplet siblings. Bard and Gator and my own character Diesel love to get into trouble. It's spring break in the small town where you all live, and the triplets had a plan to spend the day messing around exploring some of the abandoned buildings in town. It's one of their favorite pastimes. It's how they get into trouble, and their parents have told them to never do it so many times. But you all know that this is what they love to do, and sometimes you join them. However, Bard got into some trouble because Bard is a filthy liar. Bard may have said something, may have told a lie, and the triplets' parents made Bard stay home and do chores today. So while Bard was at home suffering and doing chores in the hot spring weather, Diesel and Gator were out exploring the abandoned 7-Eleven at the edge of the neighborhood. They were gone all day, and now it's getting dark. And Bard, you were just starting to wonder where your siblings are when all of a sudden Gator shows up in a panic.
Uh-oh. What's wrong?
Gator shuts the door. Triple down. One of us is missing.
This is a code red? Are you serious? You're not joking with me.
No, of course not. Why would I be alone? Why would I come home alone?
Good point.
I heard Diesel screaming.
Where were you guys?
We found something. We found like a weird place, a door. We got to gather the kids. We got to go.
All right, let's go.
We're going to need help. Gator starts gathering things.
Gator is clearly in a panic, but convinces Bard that you need to gather up all your friends. Diesel is missing. Something's gone horribly. Over a very short period of time, over just a half an hour, the entire gang is gathered at the outskirts of the neighborhood by the old 7-Eleven. Gator is there, of course, with their sibling, Bard. Who else is there?
I'll be there.
Cool. I think this is a great moment for everybody to introduce their characters.
Okay, so since I said I'll be there, I'll start off first. My character's name is Dave Jr., also goes by DJ. He's an adopted kid, and it's his parents' best friends that sort of adopted him. And he sort of grew up in a culture of heavy metal and hard rock and games and stuff like that, and going outdoors a lot. So, you know, he's sort of got that heavy metal look, heavy metal t-shirt, ripped jeans, and he has orange hair with the sides and the black or back sort of buzzed, and then the long part of the hair is pulled into a ponytail, and he wears shade style glasses that look sort of like Ozzy Osbourne, the round reticules that are sort of, instead of being a red, they just have a tint to them, a grayish tint to them. And he is also known as, I guess the friend type he is a rival. So he's sort of got that, you know, attitude of I'm going to stick up for this person. I'm going to fight against and rebel against certain things.
You're that kind of kid.
Oh yeah.
Since you know there's some trouble, you know that your friend's in danger. Have you brought anything with you?
I just grabbed my leather jacket and my glasses that I liked wearing.
Okay. I think we also have a big sister type character.
Yeah, that would be Tara. She came in basically about the start of the last school year, so she's been here through fall, through winter, getting into spring now. So it's a little weird for the other kids because her parents have been in the neighborhood forever, but no one's seen her until just about half a year ago, and she looks nothing like them. There's not a lot that they or she talk about for where she was before all this, but she is really helpful around the younger kids, kind of quiet around the older ones and around the adults. But I mean, anyone has problems with the classes, she'll help out. She gets really fidgety whenever anyone's hurt, though. So when the call kind of went out for bringing help, she's got band-aids. So it's not a real first aid kit, but it's kind of what a kid can come up with one. And she's looking kind of just real nervous, almost frenzied on it there. She's like looking around all over, trying to keep track of where everyone is.
And you're it seems like you're a little older than most of your other kids. How do you feel about hanging out with the younger kids?
I'll say it makes her a bit more at ease being around the younger kids out there, because again, anyone who's basically older or bigger than her, she's kind of withdrawn around them. Okay. She's very quiet, kind of minimizes herself on there. Always keeps an eye on them, but tries not to draw their attention whatsoever. Which is, given her parents, they never really look all terribly happy about things, but it's not like angry, unhappy, just kind of sad.
Okay. And we have a baby, the youngest member of the group.
Yeah, that is Siobhan. She is an 8-year-old American-born child of some Irish immigrants. And she's just a rough and tumble tomboy who just likes to go exploring primarily in the woods. But hey, checking out some abandoned buildings also sounds super cool. Really likes to just any kind of physical activity. Is a big sports fan. Loves Larry Bird and the Celtics, of which her dad is also a huge fan. And yeah, she's just up for whatever. Loves to explore new things. So definitely is cool to check out, see what's going on with the missing kids.
And I've heard she wears an enormous, oversized Larry Bird jersey.
It's not enormously oversized. It is a child's version of it, but it's still too big for her. It's still too big for her, though. So she is a little bit swimming in it, but it's not like long like a dress or anything. It's not a full adult size kind of a thing.
Okay. And we have already met the twins, or two of the triplets, I should say. But can we hear a little bit more about Bard?
Yes, you can. So, I keep wanting to call him Brad, his real name. Bard is age 10, like his two brothers, Gator and Diesel. And as you said, they like to get into trouble. He's a little shorter than the other two. He's got dark brown hair, almost like a black. And his eyes are also dark brown, so they kind of look black. In the right lighting, he looks like he could be possessed. He's also a little more plump than the others. He doesn't quite, look lean like they might. And he's always wearing his Metalloid shirt, which is his favorite metal band. And usually grabs his jean jacket, has some stonewashed jeans on with his black sneakers. And he, like you said, he is known as a liar. So he is always trying to convince people that he's not lying when sometimes they just know it.
Now, because he's known as a liar, does he have like a bad reputation, or is he like, one of those kids that tells cool stories?
Yeah, it's not a bad reputation. It's more just like he tries to lie about just the most silly things, and so it becomes kind of a funny story that he kind of maintains. I mean,
I love that. And your brother Gator is there as well.
So Gator's whole deal is Gator's obsessed with animals, specifically reptiles. Gator's real name is George, which is, nobody calls him that. He specifically goes out with his brothers. Every time they go out, he is collecting whatever animals he can find. And so their house is often infested with some sort of wild animal. And they've all been bitten several times by raccoons and snakes and lizards and squirrels. He wears a big tie-dye t-shirt that says "I like turtles" across it. And he's almost always in cargo shorts. And those cargo shorts are usually filled with animals. And just like every other day, when he went out to go explore with Diesel, the goal was to find rats to feed his snake back home.
Did you bring the snake with you?
Oh no, snake stays indoors.
We also have the neighborhood dog.
Yep. Coda.
I know Coda can't talk yet, but do you want to tell us about Coda?
Sure. Coda is a military working dog, and his favorite toy looks something like some sort of reptile or a dragon, which he calls Puff. And I'm borrowing my dog's squeaky toy. Just got her really riled up and looking at me. But Coda's a Belgian Shepherd, black coat, and she's because she's over 10 years old. She's actually almost 13. She's been retired from the Marines, where she used to work. So now she lives with Corporal Peters, who is also a retired handler for military working dogs. So,
do you feel protective over the kids?
Yeah, I feel protective over the kids in the neighborhood. Basically, the instinct that he was taught to look over anything that is, make sure nothing goes beyond the fence line, or no strangers come into the fence line, is pretty much ingrained into his programming. Anything that is identified as being part of the neighborhood is safe and to be watched over.
Okay. All right, so you were all gathered in the overgrown parking lot of this old, rundown 7-Eleven that's on the edge of your neighborhood. There's a better convenience store on the other side of the neighborhood, and that's where you go to get snacks and, play video games sometimes. Do kids still go to places to play video games? I don't know. But that's where you sometimes hang out. On the other hand, when you want to explore, when you want to get into trouble, when you want to climb on top of a building and throw rocks, or when Gator's in the mood to catch rats, you all come to the old abandoned 7-Eleven. The windows have been broken for years. This place has been out of business longer than any of you have been alive. It is dark. It is overgrown. The counters and the cabinets have all been long ripped out. The building is a shell of itself. And the parking lot is full of old freight containers and abandoned cars. Your parents always tell you to stay away from this place, and sometimes some of the older kids in the neighborhood, those teens, come here to smoke and drink, but it's a cool place to hang out. It's getting dark now, though. It's the end of the day, and your parents are pretty much okay if you're all home by the time it gets dark. So you know you've got to find your friend fast. There is, around the back of the 7-Eleven, there is an enormous old shipping container. It's rusted, and it's been there for years and years and years and years. Gator leads you around to it, and you can see that the one end of it has been pried open. For the first time ever, it's open. And Gator leads you over to it and explains that he and Diesel had found it pried open earlier that day.
We'd never gone in there before. Like, I was just looking for rats because they often, like, they'll eat the Wonder Bread left in the store. And we figured there's probably a ton of rats in the shipping container. But there's something else, too. I think Gator will turn on his flashlight and head in to the shipping container.
Gator squeezes between some of the crates inside the shipping container. It's full of old pallets turned on their side and cardboard boxes and some kind of strange, unidentified industrial equipment. You watch as he squeezes past further into the container. Do you all follow him?
Yeah, I follow him.
Yep.
Yeah.
Of course you do. What kid would not want to crawl into a shipping container? You squeeze
try to tell people to be careful, but she knows it's useless at this point.
Yeah, they're going to do what they're going to do. You squeeze your way inside. Some of you can hear the scuttling sounds of animals moving around inside the container. Rats, maybe possums. There are insects crawling on the ground. The container smells like rot and dust. It's clearly been sealed for years and years and years, but whatever was in here has gone long bad. As you crawl through the container and squeeze through the boxes, at one point you need to drop down to your hands and knees to climb under a set of pallets. And as you do, it occurs to you that this container is longer than you thought it was. It goes on longer than you thought it was. And just as you're thinking this, you see Gator. You hear Gator push open a door on the far end, and suddenly the far end of the container is filled with light. And as you exit the far end of the container, it opens up onto the downward slope of a hill. It is a grassy hill. Bright daylight floods your vision as you step out into the grass, and you are standing on a hill, a strange hill overlooking a forest. Down below you is a forest, and in the distance, you can see mountains that you have never seen before. The air is crisp and wet. The grass is wet. It's clearly just rained here. As you look around, as you turn around, you see that the door of the shipping container you just came out of is not a shipping container at all, but a stone archway with an open wooden door set in it. Somehow you have entered a shipping container in a parking lot in a 7-Eleven near your home, and you have come out on a strange grassy hill surrounded by forest in what seems to be mid-afternoon.
Oh, he didn't come back.
They're in the suburbs anymore.
Coda barks and says, "Wait, don't go."
All right,
What?
well, that's startling as shit. The dog. The dog.
Did the dog just... What?
How long could you talk?
Don't go. Danger. Don't go beyond the fence.
But dreaming,
Diesel,
right? Gator, is this a shared dream?
I don't think so. If this was my dream, there'd be more lizards, and there are no
That's
lizards.
true. So
Wait, Coda? Did you say something?
Yes, don't go.
Does
Danger.
Does Coda feel? Is Coda conscious that they're speaking, or is this just normal communication for them?
Coda doesn't see this as different. Coda thinks that he's always been barking, and he's just barking like he normally does because people look at him stupidly like they normally do and start talking.
That's perfect. That's wonderful.
Coda, we gotta find Diesel. He didn't come back with me. You see, we went down the hill, and then we found some skeletons, and then a big tower, and then we got separated.
Way off in the distance, down the hill, you can see the forest, and then through the forest, way off in the distance, you can see the tip of a stone tower emerging above the trees. And Gator gestures in that direction. This is all very strange and very startling. This hill, this forest, does not look like anything any of you have seen before. Obviously, you know what a hill is. You know what a forest is, of course. Coda, the sense here, the smells that are astounding to you. This is a very unfamiliar. This is not a place you've ever been to. You can smell Diesel's scent, but there are other strange smells here that you can't identify.
So I look at Gator and I'm like, wait a second, did you just say got attacked by skeletons? Skeletons?
No, we saw a skeleton.
Oh, saw a skeleton?
Yeah, there was like a few of them. We didn't touch them though; they're a little gross. We wanted to figure out what the tower was.
Okay.
So you saw bones, not skeletons, is what you're saying?
What's the difference?
Well, skeletons are like in the horror movies where they like animate and, you know, try to like rip off your arms and eat them like chicken wings, you know?
Are the bones like fully, like, are they random bones, or are they like fully set bones of like people? Like, are they still, are they assembled? It can be a skeleton without being animated, but like, is it a random bone, or is it like, oh, someone died here, you know, decades ago, and now you see their remains? Like,
it's like there's like an outline of like it's a dude laid down on the ground and fell asleep, and then he died, and now his bones are like perfectly set. I can show you. Let's go.
How do you get separated?
Well, we were checking out the tower, and I didn't want to go up to the top because you had to climb, but Diesel did. And then I heard him scream, and then I didn't hear him at all, but I didn't want to climb up there, so I came back.
Oda's going to sniff Gator and Bard and use that as a reference for his smelling for Diesel and try and find Diesel and try and track Diesel.
Okay, you definitely have Diesel's scent, and the scent does lead down the hill in the direction Gator was gesturing. And in fact, Gator and Coda can take the lead and lead you all down the hill through the grass. The grass on the hill comes up to about your waist, and it is wet. There is an animal path where the grass is slightly parted, and you can follow that down the trail to the edge of the forest. The trees are thick oaks and pines and other very tree-ish trees that you might see in like a fantasy movie, like The Lord of the Rings or something like that. The forest is thick. There's not much of a trail that leads into it, but you follow along this animal path as Gator points out some of the way they came and some of the things they saw.
There's the log. I know that log. There's the little creek. We're going the right way.
Gator, you were disappointed when you first came here because you were looking for animals, and this is definitely an animal path, but you didn't find any animals the entire time you were here.
Yeah, see, I thought I would find like a special like squirrel or something I could feed to Cincinnati the snake, but there wasn't anything here.
As you travel along, you come to a fork in the path, and Gator points off to the side. Through the bushes, you can see a wooden pole rising up between the trees, and there is something on top of it. It looks like a hat.
How tall is the pole? Like, could Bard jump up and try to like grab the hat, or?
Yeah, the pole is I want to say about 8 feet tall. It is very much like a pole, like maybe a flagpole. No, that's not a good description. Like a banner pole. Not that thick, not that tall.
Do we recognize that?
Yeah, this is Gator tells you that this is the spot where they found the skeletons.
I'm gonna take my slingshot and shoot the hat down and
okay.
kind of like wave it in front of Coda in case he can like smell something. I don't know.
Okay. Well, when you knock the hat down, and you can wave it in front of Coda, it's actually a helmet. It's an old, rusty pie plate helmet. Rust flakes off in your hands. It's a little heavier than you thought. You can wave it in front of Coda. Coda, there is some smells on it. Do you want to try to identify the smells?
Sure.
All right, I'm going to ask you to make. We're going to do a challenge. This is going to be an effort challenge, or no, a skill challenge. I'm going to ask you to roll your smart dice. So all of your smart dice. And I don't think you have any smell dice, do you? So just your smart dice.
Nope. Yeah, I only have one smart dice, so.
Well, that's fine. This is an easy challenge, so you only need to get a 4.
One.
All right. This old rusty helmet, it's covered in rust. It has some fungus growing inside where the cloth parts connect to the metal. It definitely has some scents on it. You can smell both Diesel and Gator in the area. Gator, of course, because he's standing right next to you. And Diesel was obviously here as well. There's other scents. There's some strange kind of oily smells. And there's something that smells like animals, but not recently and not nearby. There's no indication that were animals here recently. Just in the past, in the last day or so. The smells are not strong enough for you. However, okay. As you all look around, you can see that there are indeed skeletons, and they are people skeletons, maybe. They're definitely not animal skeletons, partially because you can see not just skeletons, but remnants of like clothing that they were once wearing that has rotted and deteriorated away. They're smaller than adults, but they don't really look like kids either. They're pretty old because they're skeletons, and if you have fresh skeletons, they're usually covered in meat and more clothing.
Okay. We'll go sniff at one of the skeletons, see if there's it smells or seems edible.
You can definitely.
Now's not the time for food.
Now may not be the time for food, but you do find something food adjacent. You find a bone.
I thought there was lots of skeletons, so I would think there'd be some bones.
There is. Okay. There's a whole selection of bones. Specifically, you find one nice, meaty, thick bone that that seems worth keeping. That sounded a little euphemistic, but right. It's worth keeping. You can write this down. This is a piece of loot. It's a bone. It might come in handy later. The skeletons are very strange. If for those of you who look closer, it looks like the skeletons have like larger than average heads. Like they might have had like big bobble heads. There's two different skeletons. One of them looks like it had maybe like a leather helmet or mask that it was wearing over its head. You can see it partially deteriorated around the skull. It also looks like they only had 2 fingers on each hand and 2 toes. Very strange. However, as you're looking around at the skeletons, you also find half buried in the dirt a metal crate. It is rusted and old, but it looks like you might be able to pry it open. Does anyone want to try?
I want to try to pry it open.
All right. Go ahead and roll your strong dice. Do you have any special dice that you think might help?
Look here, characters. I have 9. have just the charge and excuse me. So challenge and the charge for combat. So it's just gonna be my strong dice I roll, right?
Actually, I think if you're willing to get really worked up about this, I think you could add your charge dice to this as well.
Okay, so it's just roll 2d6.
2d6, and this is going to be an easy challenge, as I said before. So your target number is 4. All right, it looks like you've succeeded with an 8. And I don't know why I rolled that 6. That was an accident. But do you want to describe how you furiously or maybe methodically tear this metal crate open?
So basically what I do is I run up to it, and as I run up to it, I use my momentum of pushing forward to also put it into a pull action to pull it open.
Okay.
So I basically take one hand, I get my fingers in a crevice on each side, and as I'm pushing forward, I'm pulling it apart at the same time.
Okay. Yeah, you manage to. It takes a moment of effort. Everybody around you watches. The rust kind of flakes off and cuts against your hands. And for a moment, it looks like you might not be able to open it. Instead, you might end up hurting yourself on it. But surprisingly, it springs open. The lid goes flying off in one direction, and out spills a selection of rusty tools and implements. Some of them are very familiar looking. You see something that looks like, a hammer where the head has been snapped and broken off of the wooden shaft, something that might be a screwdriver, but you also see some stranger things that are not easily identifiable, or it's not clear what they're meant to be. For example, one is a large metal rod with a ball at the end. It looks like it's a club of some kind, but you're not sure how it's supposed to be used as a tool. It's kind of heavy. There are some sharp, spiky things that kind of look like knives, although they don't have. They look more like spikes than knives. Is anybody interested in taking a weapon? And I put that in quotes.
I grab the hammer.
Okay. All right. Go ahead and take the hammer. You can write that down on your character sheet as a club. And that when you're using the club, that gives you +1 strong dice and +1 break dice.
That's gonna go in the arm, right?
Yep. You hold that in your one of your hand slots, actually. Yep. That's fine.
Gator will go over and pick up one of the spikes.
All right. You can write that down on your character sheet as a dagger, and that will give you +1 strong dice, and you can throw it if you want to.
We might need weapons. I don't know what got Diesel.
Now there is one more weapon, the big metal rod thing, as well as a helmet. If somebody wants to take that.
I'll take the rod if there are no more spikes left.
Okay. Yep, there was only a limited selection.
Okay.
Is the helmet the one that we found?
The helmet is the rusty helmet that was being waved on in front. So the helmet, for whoever takes it, gives you +1 armor dice and goes on your head, of course. And the rod is also a club, so that is +1 strong dice and +1 break die.
+1 strong and +1. Do you say break or brave?
Break. Which is a special die.
Okay.
Hey, Terry's gonna kind of look at the helmet, look at Coda. It's like, kind of see, like, I think this would fit. Like trying to see if it'll balance okay on Coda's head there.
It does actually. It kind of looks like it was specifically made. As you balance it on Coda's head, you can see that it's kind of a pie plate helmet. So the helmet kind of sits broadly on top of his ears, and it kind of looks like the way the leather It fits the leather cap inside the helmet, fits over his head. It kind of looks like it was made for somebody with big ears, like maybe non-human ears.
That's a
As you were all fussing around with your new treasure, you hear some rustling in the bushes back near the trail, a clicking sound along with the rustling, and you get the distinct impression that something is watching you.
Heard that sound before. We heard it when we came through last time.
You
Yes.
thought it was an animal, but you couldn't find any.
It tears on kind of a tight string now, so it's kind of jump, spin, look around, see if she can spot it.
All right. Go ahead and make a. You can make either a smart roll or a brave roll to see what you can see.
She's definitely more smart than brave.
I'll put that to use. Again, this is an easy.
6.
Okay. Yeah. Back near the trail, there is something in the bushes. You almost didn't spot it because it's green and it has a strange outline. You can't tell what you're looking at, but you notice it because as soon as you lock your eyes on it, it retreats back into the bushes and the motion is very obvious. Something was definitely watching you. It's now scuttering away down the trail. Do you
Like
all
back-
follow?
Is that back from where we came from, or up ahead?
No, it's heading in the same direction you were heading. So it's heading deeper into the forest now along the animal trail.
Towards where the tower is, or
In the direction of the tower, yeah.
okay. So Coda
It might be
is
the
trained to. So Coda's going to look at the others of the children and try and wonder what they're doing, and he'll act upon their commands.
that might be the thing that knows about Diesel. It may have taken it. It probably took him. Let's go, and I start like jogging, so to speak, down, following it.
All right. You take off back through the underbrush to the trail and down the trail. Wet grass and branches are whipping at your face as you jog down the trail. Further down the trail through the grass, you can see something moving away from you. It's scuttering fast. You can hear the click, click, click of feet or something moving through the grass away from you. It's moving faster than you are, but not fast enough that you're losing it. Then suddenly you come out into a clearing. You come out of the forest into a clearing. You're surrounded by trees. It's not a huge clearing. It's maybe 70 or 80 feet across. It's a little dip in the ground, a little gully in the ground, surrounded by dense trees and bushes. You look around, and there's no sign of the creature you were following. Has it hidden? Possibly. But something strange. All along the floor of the gully are small little bushes growing out of the ground in almost regular rows. Clumps of green bushy material, almost like broccoli, is growing out of the ground. Is this a garden, maybe? Is this natural broccoli? Is broccoli a natural thing that grows? Some of these are quite
Weird.
large. Some of these look like little clumps of broccoli like you might get at the grocery store, but some of these stand like 2 or 3 feet tall.
We saw this when we were going to the tower, but I hate broccoli, so we didn't stay.
Yeah, nobody likes broccoli.
There is the smell of steamed broccoli is in the air, and in fact, as you look around, as you move into the gully, you can see that the trail continues on the other side of the gully, and as you move through, the air is kind of steamy, as if there might be water underground that's creating steam, and maybe that's why the broccoli grows here. It's not clear. It smells very unpleasant. The sound of clicking echoes around you. You're not sure which side it's coming from. Is it coming from the bushes? Is it coming from behind the broccoli stalks? Whatever you were chasing is somewhere here.
What is going to try and use his nose and his ears to try and identify where this creature that the group seems to be following has gone.
Okay, I am going to because you've been doing such a good job of looking for stuff. I am going to reward you a special die called "What's That?"
Okay.
And this is a special die that you can add to rolls anytime you're something.
Okay.
So go ahead and make a smart roll to look around, and you can add your "What's That?" dice to it.
Okay.
So
I'll make
look
it
and
2
sniff
dice.
around. Yeah. And this is going to be a little harder, but that doesn't matter because you rolled a 10. That's fantastic. As you sniff around, you can smell this creature. You caught the scent of it as you were following it. Now you're positive this is what you're smelling. It's the broccoli smell, but it's something else. Almost a seafood smell, like that seafood restaurant that's on the edge of the neighborhood, the place that serves crab and lobster and crawfish. It almost smells like that. You sniff around one of the broccoli stalks, and as you're absorbing the scent, suddenly from the ground the broccoli stalk raises up, and it's not a stalk of broccoli, it's a broccoli lobster.
Rock a lobster.
Rock lobster. Oh no.
Brock lobster. All around you in the gully, the stalks of broccoli start to raise from the ground, and suddenly you realize that you are surrounded by broccoli lobsters with enormous green claws that are clicking and clacking as they stare at you menacingly. This is going to be our first fight. I would like each of you to place yourself on the action board. You can place yourself on any edge of the action board, but before we do that, I have one exception. One of you has the hide and sneak special die.
Mm-hmm.
All right. If you want to, at the beginning of any fight, if you have the hide and sneak special die, you, instead of placing yourself on the action board, you can choose to hide. You dive for cover, hide behind something. And what that means is that you can choose not to place yourself on the action board, and instead, at the beginning of the next round, so the beginning of the second round, you can place yourself anywhere on the action board if you want to.
Yeah, it sounds like enough of a panic thing that Tara just seems to vanish. She does that sometimes.
Okay, that's just fine. So the rest of you, feel free to place yourself on any edge of the action board, so along the top row or any of the side rows at the bottom.
Okay, and have we been assigned specific tokens?
Go ahead and choose whichever token you like.
Okay.
And it looks like you are all deciding to put yourself near each other. That is just fine.
That isn't ominous at all.
All right. So 5 of you are on the board. 1 of you is in hiding. That is just fine.
Okay, and it's almost close to 7, and we're about to hit into combat. Normally, we take a 5-10 minute break.
I think this is just fine to take a quick break.
Okay.
So
yeah,
and then we can launch right into our first fight.
Yep. So normally around 7, we take our first break. So I'm gonna put us in break mode, and we'll be back at let's say 7:05.
All right, that sounds great.
Okay, we are back, and we got a question from Axel asking, so is this a D&D campaign? Zavi did answer, but I thought would be a great time for Jake and Nick, the creators of Yield, to explain this pen paper role-playing game.
Well, thanks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, our game is called the Magical Land of Yeld. It is not Dungeons and Dragons. It is its own unique system. As we're doing right now, it is a game about playing children who discover a secret door to a magical land, and then, spoiler alert, eventually get trapped there and have to go on a quest to find them. You can find our game at our website, yeldstuff.com, as well as other places like DriveThruRPG.
Yep, and the link to their website is actually down in the description, so you can click on that, check it out, things like that. I am, after playing a couple sessions here, going to be doing a review of the book. I do also have in my videos an interview with Jake and Nick talking about the game, so you guys can get more information there too. But let's go ahead and let's get back into this combat that has been set up for us. So go ahead and take it away.
All right. Surrounded by monstrous broccoli lobsters, each one the size of the dog Coda. These are enormous, disgusting-looking crustaceans with giant stalks of smelly, steaming broccoli growing from the back of their tails. Their claws snap at you as they hiss and they scuttle back and forth. They're clearly carnivorous and eager to eat you. This is our first fight, and our fight takes place on the action board. Normally, when we have a fight, the player who gets the first action is the one who says, I want to take the first action, or sometimes a monster gets the drop on you and takes the first action instead. I think in this instance, because Coda discovered the broccoli lobster, that they should take the first action.
Okay. Coda.
Your actions, that's broken into a move or your turn is broken into a move and an action.
And just to be clear, how the round will proceed is that every friend and every broccoli lobster, every monster, will get to take a turn where they take, like Nick said, a move and an action. And then once everybody's gone, we'll move to it. Coda, you can take your move and your action in any order. Your move is determined by your brave dice, so you can move a distance equal to your brave dice. And if you have run special dice, you can add that to them as well, to the distance as well. And then once you do that, you can take an action like attack or using a special die, or if you had like a spell, you can cast a spell, for example.
Okay. Coda has brave of 2. He has run of 1, so that gives him a movement of 3.
You can only forward or to the side. There's no diagonal. You can, however, attack diagonal.
Okay. So then what Coda will do is Coda will move 1 forward, 1 to the side, as that puts him between the broccoli lobster and the nearest friend that he has beside, and 1 more for 3. And then he's going to attack the broccoli lobster that's directly in front of him. Okay.
To make an attack, and you can always attack any target that's adjacent to you with a melee attack. You're going to roll your strong dice. You can also add any special dice you have. So, for example, I know you have both bite and I think you have karate chop special dice. Am I right about that?
Yes, I do. So I have a bite for 2 dice and karate chop of 1 dice. So that's 3 dice. Plus strong of 3 dice, so that's 6 dice.
All right. And very quickly, your bite dice are a bonus special die that you can always add to attacks when you make an unarmed attack. And that's something that's specific for dogs and some monsters. Yeah. Karate chop is also a bonus special die, and bonus dice can always be added together. So go ahead and make your roll. You're going to roll against the broccoli lobster's tough dice and their armor dice.
So I rolled 20.
That's a fantastically good roll. I don't think I have to tell you that. Even though you rolled 2 1s, that's still a fantastically good roll. The broccoli lobsters rolled 8. You 100% were able to beat their roll, which means your attack was successful, and that means they're going to lose 1 tough die. In this case, even though they had armor, losing 1 tough die reduces their tough to 0, and that kills this broccoli lobster. Do you want to describe how you defeat it?
Kodo basically sees these strange green dogs things and knows that danger is there and just charges forward and snaps and bites off the tail end of the broccoli lobster.
Okay. It lets out a horrible hiss before it crumples to the ground. It is dead. All right. Now, 2 things are going to happen. First of all, at the end of your turn, you get to choose who goes next, who gets to take the next turn. You can choose one of the monsters or one of your friends. Because your action was successful, you've created an action chain, which means if you choose a friend to go next, they will get an action chain bonus. And the little token down at the bottom of the board here that I'm moving indicates what the action chain bonus is. So if you choose a friend to go next, they're going to roll 1 extra die on anything they do.
Okay. I guess I will, since I'm kind of helping out with there's only 1 brock lobster down towards the bottom here where I am, so, and there's 1 kid up there with 2 brock lobsters nearby him, so I'm going to say whoever's at the top of the board there with the black hair, spiky hair, that should go next.
All right, that's Gator.
All right. Gator, go ahead and take the next action.
All right, Gator's got the little spike that he picked up earlier, and he looks at the broccoli lobsters, and he's like, "I bet I could feed you to my snake." And he runs up and he pokes it right in the eye. I've got 1 strong, plus I've got this dagger, which is giving me an extra strong, and that's what I got. But I have that action chain though, so we'll add that too. So I'm rolling 3 dice. I got a 15.
All right. The broccoli lobster are rolling their tough dice and their armor dice. That is not enough. Describe how you skewer this broccoli lobster.
All right. Yeah, this isn't the first crustacean that Gator skewered before. He gets the spike right in there, and as soon as it like pierces the head, he kind of cringes a little bit, and then he goes and he pushes a little bit farther in and pins it to the ground. All
right. There is a hiss of steam as steam escapes from the shell as you puncture it, and the broccoli lobster collapses dead. Who would you like to choose to go next?
Let's see. I think I would, of course, choose my brother. There's no other choice.
No other choice.
So Bard, go.
All right, Bard.
That's with a
before you take your action. That was a successful action, so the action chain does increase. Before you take your action, one of the lobsters hisses at you. It's trying to interrupt your action. It's trying to steal your action. So I'd like you to roll your brave dice.
Okay.
Against the broccoli lobster's brave dice to see if you can keep it from stealing your action.
Okay. So that is for me. That is 1 dice.
Does action chain apply on that, or is it only for like an active thing?
Yeah. So the action chain applies to any rolls you make during your turn, but this is interrupting before the turn happens, so it does not apply.
Okay.
Yeah.
So just
you'll
the
roll
1d6.
Just the 1d6.
Now, a question I have while he's rolling that: can you do an interrupt of an interrupt?
You cannot.
Okay.
All right, it looks like you got a 2. So here's what happens: the broccoli lobster hisses at you and startle you. It interrupts your turn. It hasn't stolen your turn. You'll get to take your turn later in the turn, but it's now interrupted the chain, and it's going to take its turn now, which means the action chain has been broken and reset back to 0. The broccoli lobster is going to move forward and forward, and it is going to click its claws at the dog, and it is going to try to attack you. But it's not going to do a normal attack. It's going to try to fight dirty. So it is going to roll its one strong die and its one fight dirty die. And you can roll your tough dice, and I believe you have an armor die from the helmet as well.
It's true. Six.
Okay. The broccoli lobster rolled an 8 against your 7, so its attack got through. Now, fight dirty is a special die that it's using, and that means that instead of taking away one of your tough dice, it's not trying to kill you, not yet. Instead, it is going to take away one of your strong dice and one of your smart dice.
I only have one smart dice, so I'm at 0 smart dice.
Oh no, that might limit how hard you can think for a while. Yes.
Okay.
So when you lose dice, you are losing part of your stats. So your stats are being reduced, and if your stats are reduced, that obviously means your capabilities are reduced as well. In this case, it looks like he bonked you on the head, and that's going to keep you stunned and debilitated until you have a chance to recover. The
So
broccoli
basically
lobster. Oh, go ahead.
So basically, my character is going to be now sitting here not taking turns. Is that right?
Oh no, you'll
No.
still get to take turns. You're just going to be a little dumber during your turn.
I'm a dog. That's okay.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, you won't be out of it until you lose all your tough dice.
Okay.
All right. The broccoli lobster lets out a hiss of triumph and pumps its little claws into the sky. It turns toward its broccoli lobster friend and chooses it to take the next action. Now, any of you who have not taken your action yet, you have a chance to try to interrupt this if you'd like.
I'm going to interrupt. I'm going to use my excuse me ability.
That is exactly what that's for. So you're gonna roll your brave dice, and you'll go ahead and add your excuse me dice to that, and the broccoli lobster is going to roll its brave dice to defend.
6, but 3 dice.
Okay.
$11.
All right. Well, that beats the broccoli lobster 6. That broccoli lobster is not going to be able to take its turn right now. The action chain that the first broccoli lobster started is going to break, and you get to take your turn.
Okay, excellent. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move forward 2 steps.
Okay.
And I'm going to attack the broccoli lobster that hit the dog.
Okay. What are you using for your attack?
I'm going to use my hammer, which will give me a plus to my strength because of that. And so that will give me 2 dice to roll.
Right. Your hammer also gives you a break die, and this broccoli lobster has armor. So you can add your break die to attacks against armor, and if the attack is successful, it won't take away a tough die, but instead it will take away one of the lobster's armor dice. Now, that might not be the best option here. You might want to make a normal attack instead, but you do have that option.
I think I want to create a vulnerability for the next person, so I will add in the break dice.
All right, teamwork.
So that's going to be 2 more?
That also just gives you a much higher chance of succeeding to create an action chain.
Okay, so that's going to be a total of 5 dice I rolled in, because my 1 strength plus the 1 strength for that, and then the 2 other, no, that'd be 4.
Yeah. Is that correct? 1 strong from your core dice, 1 strong from the hammer, and then 1 break die?
Oh, 1 brick die, so it'd be actually 3. Never mind.
3. Okay, well, that's still good.
Yeah. I got 9.
And the broccoli lobster is rolling its 1 armor die and 1 tough die. It also rolled a 9, but luckily, in this game, friends always win ties.
Okay. Good thing we
do you
actually
wanna
had a tie happen then.
Yeah. Do you want to describe how you smash this lobster's carapace?
So basically what I do is I just take the hammer, I hit it on the main part of the body near the head. And
Okay.
just sort of slam down the hammer onto it.
You hear an extremely satisfying crunch. The lobster looks stunned. Because your action was successful, you have created a new action chain, and you get to choose who goes next.
I am gonna have Tara go next.
Right.
Tara's in hiding at the moment, though.
So yeah, you have to choose somebody on the action.
Okay, who else is available on the board?
Bart.
Well, I know I don't want it to be whoever's playing. Draco's playing. No, go ahead, Draco. Yeah.
All right, now the remaining broccoli lobster who has not gone yet could try to interrupt here, but it's not going to.
I was going to say, why would you do that to me?
Just getting in on the bullying.
Why?
He's watched a lot of our streams and content.
I feel that these developers are bullying me.
Wow.
You're my bro, man. Anyway, so I talked with you about the slingshot. Can I just shoot the slingshot from where I am at the one that DJ just hit? Or do I have to get closer?
No. So ranged weapons have a range of the action board. Line of sight can be blocked. So for example, if there was somebody standing in front of the broccoli lobster, you wouldn't be able to shoot it, but there's a clear gap there. So you'll go ahead and roll your strong die. And I don't know if you have any special die you feel like you can add to that.
I do not.
Well, just out of curiosity, what special dice do you have?
I have lie and run.
Okay, well, those are both very useful, but not for attacking.
Right.
However, you do have one die from the action chain, so you'll be able to add that as well.
Oh, so that's 3 then. I have 2 strong dice.
Yep. And this broccoli lobster no longer has armor, so it's only going to roll 1 die to defend itself.
Oh, yeah. I think I got it.
I think you did. In fact, there's no way it could have defended itself. Do you want to describe how you murdered this broccoli lobster?
So after the thing kind of like scuttled away from me or interrupted my turn, I'm going to say that like how it interrupted me was I was too nervous and I dropped my pebble and I picked it up real quick, and seeing DJ like crack open the shell near its head, I like just pinpoint right where that nice juicy target is and just let that stone go right into its nice, tender insides.
It doesn't even let out a hiss. However, it falls to the ground and its legs twitch and click against the ground before it goes still. You've also, because your action was successful, you've increased the action chain. Who would you like to go next? There's one more friend who hasn't gone, and of course, the last broccoli lobster.
I can still move, right?
And you can, of course, still move.
Okay, and you said that's what, the brave dice?
You can move a distance equal to your brave dice, and if you have run special dice, which you do, you can add that as well.
Okay, so I will move 2 squares up here, and then I will choose the remaining person, which I think is
That'd be
was it Mega? Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Okay. So I have 2 brave dice and I don't have any ranged attacks, so there's no way I'm getting to this guy. But dash, does that allow me to essentially move again?
Yes. There's also another option you might consider.
What's that?
So, well, of course, as you said, you can dash, which, like you said, allows you to move again. There's also an option to bank your action, and what that means is you just say, "I'm banking my action." It doesn't count toward the action chain, so it would break the action chain, but you're at the end of the turn, so that doesn't matter. And what that allows you to do is save your action for a future turn, at which point you can use it during your turn to take a second action.
Okay. Actually, because I have knee pads, which gives me a +1 to roll. So if I run up to as close to the lobster as I get and it attacks me, I can use the roll action to defend against that. Is that correct?
That is 100% true.
Okay, I'm going to do that then. So I can move 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to try to essentially draw it to attack me by getting out in front of everybody else.
All right, I think that's exactly what's going to happen. So because you did not take a successful action, or which is always a roll, the action chain breaks, but that's fine because it was going to end at the end of the turn anyway. And because you only have one option left on the table, you'll have to choose the broccoli lobster to go next.
Yep.
All right. It will take the bait. It will move forward. Actually, it's not going to move. It's going to move this way. And it is going to try to attack you. It hisses at you, and a tiny stream of water squirts out from its mouth tube, because it has a mouth tube. It has it's called, but it has one of those. And scalding water squirts across your face as it tries to fight dirty and distract you with its water squirt. So it's going to make a fight dirty attack against you.
Okay.
And you'll get to roll to defend. You'll roll, as we said before, your tough dice, plus your dice from roll, since you used a dash. And do you have any armor?
I do not believe I have armor. No. I think no, I don't.
Okay, that's fine. So go ahead and roll those dice together to defend against the broccoli lobster's attack.
Ooh.
So that's a tie. So that means
a tie. Yeah, that's fantastic. So friends always win ties. So do you want to describe how you defended against this squirt of water?
Yeah, I basically just kind of dive to the side and roll away from it, and then if I can dash again, I'm going to kind of come around here to flank it.
You cannot dash again.
I thought that was the thing that it said.
Oh, you can't dash. You're 100% right. I'm sorry.
Yeah, add to your roll when defending an attack if you used your action to dash this round. If your roll is successful, you may dash again. Okay.
That's right.
So yeah, I'm going to flank this guy.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a good move. All right, that is the end of the round. So we're going to start at the next round. The round always starts with the person it started with on the previous round. But there's a few things that are going to happen here. First of all, the ground shakes under you, and there is a horrible hissing cry in response to the deaths of the broccoli lobsters. 2 more broccoli lobsters emerge from the ground, but that's not the end of it. There is a horrible trembling sound that shakes you all as the largest stalk of broccoli emerges, and it's not a broccoli lobster, it's a broccoli leviathan, which is just a bigger broccoli lobster. It looks at you and clacks its enormous claws. It's clearly ready to rip you apart. However, you have an ally joining your fight out of hiding.
Yeah, so I'd say her is actually going is kind of gets knocked backward a little bit, but then pops right back up, right about here, I'd say.
Okay, yeah, that's great. And like we said before, the advantage of hiding is you get to place yourself anywhere on the action board. Now the round begins. It's going to begin with Coda. However, anybody can try to interrupt somebody when they're taking their turns, and that means friends can try to interrupt other friends if they want to take the first turn of fight. So Coda normally has the first turn. If somebody wants to try to interrupt them, they can. Otherwise,
I think for initial,
I guess Coda's going first.
Yeah.
All right.
I think you're still the best one to start a chain.
Yeah.
I think that is definitely the case.
All right. Coda sees a big target and just goes forward. I mean, Coda's not especially now, feeling a little dumber. It's his head's been rung a bell or something, so he's just going straight for the biggest target in the room.
Yeah, that helmet did not help as much as you might have hoped. All right, go ahead and roll your dice. This broccoli leviathan is definitely a tougher looking target. It's much, much larger than you are, and it looks pretty scary. But you can see it has some chunky, vulnerable points as well that you might be able to take advantage of.
Oh.
You made a very good roll. The broccoli lobster rolled slightly better. This is a tough.
Wow.
Yeah, that was a very good part. Yeah, the broccoli lobster is clearly tough. It looks like it's heavily armored. You may need to take advantage of some of your abilities or build an action change and be able to penetrate its armor. All right, so that was not a successful action. Does Koda want to choose who goes next?
Yeah. I think I'm going to go with Cyoban and with his knee pads. I'm hoping that he can sort of like help get rid of this one rock lobster next to him. That way, they're hopefully going to try and deal with the small things.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Now, before we go any further, I want to talk about some of the capabilities you all have. I noticed that one of you has the tease special die. And what that allows you to do is, as an action, you can try to tease a monster to force it to attack you during its turn. That may come in handy. One of you has the cry special die. And this is a really interesting special die. What it allows you to do is that if a monster attacks you, instead of defending it as normal, you can whimper and whine and cry and try to get the monster to attack something else. That is also a very useful option if it comes up. So go ahead and keep that in mind.
Okay. So hold on. How does cry work again?
Let me specifically pull it up. The smart thing to do would be for me to write this down before the game so I could have it in front of me. Or possibly,
yeah, I have the description on my character sheet, but it's only on the one line, and the description's a little too long, so I tried to scroll through it, and it's
right. So here's how cry works. When a monster attacks you, instead of rolling your normal defense roll, you can add your cry dice to a smart roll. All right. And if your roll is successful, the attacker will hit one of your other friends instead.
Okay, but somebody has to be within range.
That's right. Okay. Similarly, I think one of you has the lie special dice. Oh, because you're a liar. One of you has the lie special dice, my brother.
No, not me. No.
My lie can kind of work similar. When you were being attacked, you can roll your lie dice to defend against an attack, and if your roll is successful, you don't lose a tough die at all. So you can replace your tough dice with your lie dice, and that's not always useful, but sometimes it is.
I think that's what lie does.
Am I paraphrasing wrong?
I think I don't have it right in front of me. I'm pretty sure lie is you can add it to defense rolls, and if you succeed, you defend correctly, but that monster gets to the monster continue the action chain.
Yeah, it still counts as a success for the action chain. That's correct.
So it's giving you a better defense, but it will help them build an action chain where normally, if you successfully defend, you would break their chain.
Anyway, I'm sorry. That's the end of that tutorial phase. I think it's Siobhan's turn.
Yep. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, so I am gonna. I do have a break ability, but I don't think I have enough dice for the big lobster yet. So I'm just gonna hit the smaller one next to me so that I can try to get that chain up.
I think that's a great idea.
So I've got 1 strong, and I have 1 strong from the rod, so I roll 2d4.
That is correct.
D6.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
2d6.
yeah, that's what I meant, 2d6. Oh, that'll work.
Yeah. You easily are able to overcome the lobster's defenses. Do you want to describe how you destroy it?
Yeah, I just go up with the rod and essentially just, try to bash it about the face and try to cave its head in.
That is very successful. There is a sickening crunch as the life leaves its beady black eyes. The lobster is defeated. Do you want to take a move for your turns?
Let's see. I don't want to stay out of range of this other guy for now, so yeah, I'm just going to move up here toward this other lobster guy here.
Okay. And since your action was successful, that does increase the action chain. Who would you like to choose next?
I'll go for let's see. This sorry, whoever is the one with the at the bottom.
That'd be me.
Yep.
Okay.
So what I'm gonna do is I want to get rid of the actually, who's that's above me?
That's me.
Okay, so I say to you that I'm gonna work on weakening the big lobster and try to take its armor down. Can you work and defend and try to take out the smaller lobster down below?
Yeah, I can do that.
All right, excellent. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do a charge attack here.
Okay.
And attack the big lobster with the break.
This might affect your plans. So we should bring this up. Charge is a very useful special die, but it only works during the first round of the fight.
Oh, it only works during the first round?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So then what I'll do is
I should have brought that up during the first round when you could have used it, actually.
Yeah. Well, at that time, we didn't have anything with really big armor. I wanted to sort of break the armor of the big guy with putting as many dice into it as possible. But so what I'll do is I'll move forward. I'm still going to attack the big guy. I tried to hopefully get high numbers and they get a bunch of low numbers.
That could work.
Because I have that break. So it's going to be a total of 3 dice that I roll, because 1 from my strength, 1 from the strength of the hammer, and then 1 from the break of the hammer.
And don't forget your action chain bonus die.
Oh, that's, yeah, the +1. So I'll get 4.
All right. Good luck.
Oh, that is not gonna happen.
you rolled below average, unfortunately, and it rolled slightly above average, I think. So unfortunately, that was not successful. Your action chain breaks,
and I will choose. Who is that? That is Draco's character. What's your character's name again?
Bard.
Bard. I will choose Bard.
Bard, we know how much you love being interrupted. So
Son of
the enormous broccoli lobster is going to try to interrupt
you. Okay. What is that again?
You're going to roll your brave dice to defend against being interrupted. Now, the broccoli leviathan is enormous and lumbering, so it doesn't move very fast. So it only rolled a 5 to interrupt.
Well, that's good, but yeah, I'll probably somehow roll a 1.
You might.
Nope,
if it's 1 under.
It does manage to take your action. The broccoli leviathan is going to turn ponderously, click clack, and it is going to move down toward the friend who tried to strike it, and it is going to raise its enormous claws and try to knock the club out of it. It is going to make a disarm attack.
Okay.
All right. You will go. Oh,
Sorry, I was going to say, can I only use my lie dice when it attacks me directly?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, you have to be the target.
I was totally not going to say, look at me, I've got more meat, don't attack him. Totally not going to do that.
What you want for that is a tease stat.
Okay.
So go ahead and roll your tough dice in order to defend.
Rolled a 5.
All right. The broccoli lobster swings its massive claw. This claw is bigger than your head. It's bigger than your torso at you, and knocks the club right out. You have been disarmed. On your action, on your turn, on your next turn, you can spend an action to pick up your weapon again, but otherwise you won't have the benefits of your weapon.
Okay.
The broccoli lobster's attack was successful, or the broccoli leviathan's attack was successful. It starts an action chain. It is going to choose its downstairs neighbor, the broccoli lobster, to go next. Does somebody want to try
I'd like to. Yeah,
I thought so. Okay.
So
go ahead and roll your brave dice, and if you have excuse me dice, add those as well.
I do not in this case, so who knows how well this is going to work.
Well, it might. I rolled a 3.
Better than 50-50. You also only rolled
somebody rolled 2d4 instead of 2d6.
Oh.
Yeah, as much as I hate to
yeah.
be able to do that, I think we have to let that.
Well, all right. Well, thanks for pointing that out. The broccoli lobster appreciates that and promises to go easy on you.
Which is good, because there's no way I can interrupt that with one dice.
Yeah.
I'll roll anyway.
All right. Well, you got it too. That's okay. The effort is what counts. The broccoli lobster sees an advantage. Sees an opening. And scuttles behind DJ.
Mm-hmm.
That's DJ at the bottom.
Yeah.
And it is going to try to snip you in the back.
That's unpleasant.
Which is an attack. So it's going to roll its 1 die plus the 1 action check that it's done. And you will defend with your tough dice.
9.
All right. Do you want to describe how it does not catch you off guard?
So I see it run by me. I keep an eye on it. And when I see it lunge attack at me, I just sort of move to the side.
Okay. Yeah, its claws swish past you. It's clearly frustrated. Its action chain is broken. In its frustration, it's going to let out a loud, steamy hiss, and it's going to choose its northern cousin to go next, unless somebody would like to interrupt.
I would like to try.
All right.
Yeah, go for it.
Go ahead and make an interrupt roll.
What is that again?
This will be your brave dice, and if you have the excuse me special die, you can add that as well.
Now I have a question before you roll that.
No, I don't.
Since I've already taken my 2 actions, can I still use the excuse me and do an interrupt, or can I not?
You can only try to interrupt if you have not taken your action yet.
Okay, thank you.
And as a side note, only one friend or monster can try to interrupt each time, and so it goes to whoever pounces it first.
Okay.
Which means it's always good to get your finger in there as fast as possible.
Yeah.
All right, let's go ahead and make that interrupt roll. The broccoli lobster rolls 2 dice.
Oh, God.
Bard. Sorry. This broccoli lobster is eager to do some damage. It is going to wedge itself between the 2 friends up here. And I'm sorry, who is up here?
That would be me.
All right. Well, I guess Gator is getting attacked, and this is going to be this is going to be a normal attack, so it's just going to be 1 die.
Wild animals attacking Gator.
It might be misguided affection.
Well, this happens all the time. It's fine.
Yeah, I mean, isn't Gator used to being attacked / loved by animals?
Yeah, it's kind of the same thing. Same emotion.
Whew.
I got a 6.
Wow.
The broccoli lobster also got a 6, which is the best it could roll, but Fortunately, Gator wins ties against monsters. So
That's right.
Congratulations. That broccoli lobster just can't wrap its claws around you.
It goes for the snip, and I just slap its little claw out of the way.
Oh, you go for the snip, you get the slap. The broccoli lobster is frustrated. The broccoli lobster is so frustrated it accidentally chooses Gator to go next.
Hey. All right. Gator, now feeling emboldened by that excellent defense, doesn't have any dice that help with attacking, so is just going to go ahead and do that stab maneuver again. That worked really well the first time. In fact, there's probably some bits of lobster still on my steak, and we'll shish kebab this one as well. So do I have an action chain bonus? I don't think so.
No, you do not.
All right, I'm rolling 2 dice. That's another 6.
All right, the lobster defends with its armor die and its tough die, but it only gets a 3. Do you want to describe your second lobster murder of the day?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Gator gets in there. After slapping that pincer away, he goes for the stab and skewers right through the body. And then he lifts it up and he says, "We're eating this tonight," and waves it around on the steak.
I love it.
Don't eat broccoli.
It's a lobster.
Broccoli.
Lobster.
All right. You've created an action chain bonus. Do you want to move before you end your turn?
No, I'm happy where I am. Who has yet to go?
I believe Tara and Bard have not.
Okay. So,
And there is an action chain bonus. Maybe you can build a larger one.
Yeah, who feels like they need the largest action chain bonus?
Probably. Ara?
So I'm going to be trying to do a tease against the big guy there. So it depends how smart do you think it is.
It doesn't look.
Tease is a good idea. Okay, let's go. Let's go with that.
It looks like a cross between broccoli and lobster, neither of which are known for being smart.
A lot of intelligence there. All right. Well, yeah, I'm going to choose whoever wants to tease.
All right. Yeah. So I'll tease that, and then, assuming it works, you can just go smash the other southern guy.
Okay. So to use tease, you'll roll your tease dice along with your smart dice.
Oh, Wits and Brave?
Oh, I'm sorry.
It, but...
I got it mixed up. Your tease dice along with your brave dice, and the broccoli
it's resisting smart.
Will resist with smart. Yeah, thank you very much.
There we go. Okay, so I get 1 brave, 1 tease, and 1 bonus. So I'm doing 3d6.
Right, and the broccoli lobster is indeed a moron. It rolls 1 die.
It has no chance here. So
nice.
The Jared popped up behind it there and starts yelling at it and saying unkind things about buttery vegetables. And thanks to her run dice, giving her an extra square, books it.
Very smart. Very good.
Yes.
Very good, because you know this broccoli lobster is not fast. It does turn toward you. It's not taking its turn, but it already took its turn. But it does turn toward you. It knows an insult when it hears it, and it turns to you with slack-jawed, furious crustacean rage. It will definitely be attacking you its next turn if it could somehow get to you. Who do you choose?
It's kind of a big over at it there, and I guess our last person.
All right.
Oh, what? Is it my turn?
Finally.
Unless somehow somebody wants to interrupt you.
Well, everyone else is gone, so I feel that's not a thing. Right. But also, does the action chain go up?
It does. We're at a +2 bonus, so you might as well use
it. That's what I'm going to do. So, as discussed with DJ, I'm going to go for the smaller one with my slingshot.
Okay.
So that's going to be 2 strong dice there. Plus, I get the bonus 2 dice.
Yep, 100%. And this broccoli lobster will roll its tough dice and armor dice to defend.
Hey.
Wow. All right. It made a good roll, but you easily doubled it. Do you want to describe how you murderize it?
I am so angry that this disgusting broccoli smelling fish things keep interrupting me. The stench is horrible. So again, I just pull back that rock in my slingshot and I just aim for, again, the head of the smaller one and just boom.
All right, its head explodes in a shower of carpus and very meager brain matter as you go. Congratulations. We are at the end of the round, which means we're at the top of the third round. Coda gets the first action, and the action chain has been reset to 0.
Okay, since the action chain is reset to 0.
Does it reset at bank? Sorry, does it reset at the end of every turn or at the end of every round?
It resets at the end of every round, yes.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Kodo is going to choose to bank his action and nominate the Leviathan since the action changed at 0 to go first.
All right. Now, just to be
nice.
Yeah. Just to be clear, that means Kodo won't be able to take an action until the next round.
I guess that's, 'cause I mean, I don't have a choice to do anything other than that, right? Or
you could try to attack.
You can take an action as normal. Oh,
yeah.
I'm sorry. What do you think the issue is?
Well, the thing is, I figure that like even with my good attack, this thing is so tough that I would need some action bonus or action chain to try and get things going. So
that may be the case. So yeah, in this case, banking might be. Do you want to move?
No, yeah, I don't think I need to move at this point. I'm pretty central so that I can chase it down.
With this thing being teased, it has to move towards me and it can't attack anyone else. So actually, if you move to right there, for example, it has to move here. It has no other option.
That is 100% true.
Okay, sure.
We can basically block it in. If I just keep teasing it each turn, it can't attack any of you. And if it can't fit, it can't do anything.
Yeah,
almost like we planned this.
That's almost it's almost like you have a huge advantage of board control now over this large but awkward monster. That's a very good catch. All right, who does Coda want to choose to go next?
I'm going to choose the rock lobster to go next because this way it has a 0 bonus.
All right, that is fantastic. And it's going to go ahead and move. It's one move it can make because it is teased. It will go ahead and dash with its second action since it's not close enough to attack, but it can still move. It has to move to the side here, and that is all it can do. It looks around. As dumb as this broccoli leviathan is, it realizes that it's trapped. You have out of frustration, the broccoli lobster chooses turret.
Well, I mean, she, from her very safe distance way back here, he's going to continue taunting it.
Smart. Yeah, go ahead and make your tease roll. As you've probably realized, tease is an excellent tool for building the action chain.
Mm-hmm. Especially against something that got a little boost against on here that it can't beat. Exactly.
Yeah, you are successful. You have increased the action chain. Do you want to move as well?
Yeah, I get one. Yeah, 1, 2.
Okay.
Just in case.
All right. Who do you choose to go next?
All right, so Doc went. Who's got something that thinks they can pull off with just a +1 bonus?
Only rolling 2 dice to attack, so I'm on the lower end here.
I'm on the somewhat lower end, but I also have the break where I can lower their armor, making it easier for the next person.
You have to pick up your club first.
Yeah, you will have to pick up that club.
Oh yeah,
but somebody.
I'm too far out of range.
Okay.
We might just have to do a lot of repositioning here.
That might be the case.
Then we can buy time for it. So
Well, Bert's got the slingshot at least, so I mean, if no one else,
do people have?
Yeah, you can take a
People have
wild shot.
skills that.
Well,
Do people have
here's
skills
the-
like teasing and stuff like that they can also do? You have like at least 2 or 3 dice of brave. You should be able to tease it, even if you don't have the tease skill.
Actually, you can only tease if you have the tease. Especially.
Yeah, you gotta have
You only
tease.
have tease if you have the tease skill. Okay.
So
Yeah.
here's an idea I have. What if I went
Mhm.
first? I picked up my hammer and ran up to it just to block it in more so it doesn't move back over. Help block into that corner, and then select Bard to go next. That way it doesn't have a chance to sort of decrease the chain that much.
I think it's a good idea.
yeah, but like I mean, you not doing anything doesn't that like I mean you picking that
Yeah, that'll
up,
break the chain.
Oh,
That'd
that would
break the chain.
break the
Yeah.
chain? Okay. Then I'd
yeah.
say,
So
let
Bard should go first.
Bard go first.
yeah, just so we get at least a chance of something happening.
Mhm.
So Bard is up, and you better not interrupt
Okay.
this time.
The lobster can't interrupt. It's already taken its turn. So if
True.
any of my friends want to be,
But you
jealous at this moment,
do have a brother.
Yeah, I was about to say Gator does feel like stepping on.
yeah,
Bard's
I'm
toes.
gonna shoot.
I mean-
Can I shoot Gator with my dice?
Excuse me.
All right.
Excuse
All
me.
right. So it is important to point out that you can attack each other, and sometimes that's a viable strategy.
Yeah. Well,
I'll
in
take
any
it right
case,
In
now.
this case, I'm thinking no. In this case,
I'm gonna roll-
thinking it's not.
I'm gonna roll my one brave die and my excuse me dice.
Are you really trying to interrupt me?
Oh yeah.
That's it.
You can't take the
Number
spotlight.
two's after me now. This is bull.
There can be only one. even though
so
there's
I have
three
to
of us.
do.
Do we think Gator killed Decent?
At this
Yeah,
point, I'm wondering.
Yeah.
What do I roll again? My
You're rolling
your
brave.
dice.
brave dice. Okay. My one brave dice. So yeah, I feel like I'm not going to go.
Excellent. Gator gives you the finger and then starts running this way.
You always do this.
Uh-huh. Gator has that stake, which I can make range attacks with. So as he's running, he sort of takes like a javelin thrower stance and then tosses the stake. I'm going to make a range attack here. Let's see. Do I have an action chain bonus?
You do. You have a +1 bonus.
Oh my God. 5. Look at that roll.
You might have needed it.
Well, all right. The Broccoli Leviathan does roll 5 dice, so it can technically fail this roll. Or
Yeah, let's
tie.
do it.
It didn't.
Wow, that was
It did not.
closer than I thought it would be. It did roll 3 ones.
Yeah.
3 1s. Wow.
All right.
So yeah, as the stake sort of whizzes by, Gator looks back over at Bard and goes, "Totally your fault. Deal with it now." And he chooses Bard to go.
You never do.
The action chain bonus is broken.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Always trying to better up me, and then you blame me. All right. Do I have to move closer to get my slingshot? Or
No,
just-
you.
Okay.
No, you have the range of the board.
Okay, I wasn't sure if maybe like because it was such a large creature that someone was in my way or.
Nope.
Okay, so we'll do the old slingshot again, and now I'm not only furious that the stinky broccoli lobsters went, but now Gator does his normal stupid stunt of trying to one up me. So I'm gonna just furiously hit that.
Are you
Lobster with
sure
me.
you don't want to
Two-
attack Gator in order to build that action chain?
Well,
I mean,
And
Gator
there's
has-
nothing you can do with it.
Gator has
This-
2 tough
Can I-
legs.
Can I say that I'm so angered. I'm aiming at the lobster, and then I'm like, Gator always does this, and so I kind of like jolt at the last moment, like I got a pain in my side, and yeah, I'm gonna shoot Gator. Why not?
do it.
That sounds like a good idea. I feel like it like the camera pans to you and your internal monologue is like, Gator always does this. And then it pans to Gator and it's just like, Gator time. All right. He has nothing else going on in his head.
And this makes for good sibling rivalry too, right?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Oh no.
All right.
Link.
All right. So your attack causes your brother to lose a tough die.
Yeah.
yeah. As he's sitting over there, kind of like Gator time, my shot hits him right in the ass and brings him right back to reality.
All right. And that does give you an action chain, or that does build the action chain.
I have felt that sting before.
Maybe.
Would you like to choose to take the next action?
I think the only one that, well, really neither of the two that I can pick can do anything because they have to use all their movement and stuff. But yeah, I'll go with DJ.
Okay.
So he can try and block that in more.
So I'm going to pick up my hammer for my first action. And then I'm going to do my second action to move here.
All right. And so you've successfully blocked in the lobster.
Yep. And so I'm going to choose, who is that? That is Coda?
No, Coda's a dog.
Oh,
I think I'm
No,
the
Coda's
last
the
one left.
Okay, so yeah, it's Mega's character.
I'm gonna dash again up to here.
Okay.
And then if so, wait, Tara already went this round.
Yeah, you are
Yep.
the
Yeah.
last.
Okay. Then.
All right. So we mostly had a round of repositioning and sibling violence, but that's fine. The
That's all
broccoli
good.
lobster is really locked in. It is the beginning of the new round. Coda does have the first action and a banked action,
Right.
Ooh.
and the action chain resets because it's tough.
This Coda moves over.
Okay.
I guess Coda's gonna try and attack.
All right.
He's see if he can help build up the chain here to start with.
Now, this broccoli lobster does have armor, but not enough to keep you
Yes.
from using your karate chop special time.
Yes.
That's
Oh,
a good
nice
roll.
one.
So, just as a reminder, you get to roll your strong dice plus your bite dice plus your karate
Yeah.
chop dice.
Yeah, I rolled 66
you-
and I rolled a 22.
You did. That just did not make the beeping sound for me, so I didn't use it.
And I thought you were
And
just trying
you
to
were
build up
successful.
tension.
Yeah. Look at that. All right. You want to describe how you managed to wound this monster?
Yeah, Coda's defeated the one smaller creature, so he's going to try and do the same sort of thing. He's going for the tail of the creature and trying to latch onto that and try and see if if he can hold on and try and shake it a bit, try and take chunks out of it, spitting
And
out broccoli, going "Blah! Green taste, blah!"
And it works. You managed to take a chunk out of his tail. You still have you moved already. You still have a banked action. Do you want to use that now?
No, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it to Tara and have her do her thing to hopefully tease the monster.
Okay.
Quick question regarding banked actions.
Yes.
Coda not using the banked action now. You can't use that later on in this round, right? He has to wait until his turn comes back around.
Yes, you can
Yes.
only use a banked action
Okay.
during your turn. However, banked actions last until the end of the adventure.
Okay.
There is a special die called Last Word that can let you spend your banked actions at the end of a round after everybody's gone.
Okay.
It's something you can get.
Okay.
All right. So it looks like Tara's up, and there is an action chain bonus.
All right. Well, I mean, it's been working great so far, so let's keep the pattern going on this. So it's
Before you make a tease, I want to point out that tease does require line of sight. And I do think you do have line of sight here, but I think if you moved any further to the right in future turns, you would lose line of sight because you're friends with them. So just as a note for future turns, which probably too.
Okay, yeah, unless I like make it all the way to over there with the current positioning, but that'd be a bit of a stretch for right now. Okay,
It'd
so
be easy for you to move like 2 squares to the left because I mean the creature's blocked in.
yeah,
so.
it can't get in that way anyway.
Yeah, that's true. It would have to kill your dog.
Yeah, we don't want that happening.
Well,
okay, Tara doesn't want that happening. I don't know about the rest of you little.
I mean, as the GM, I do crave some violence.
Yeah, we get to do ghost. We get to do cool ghost stuff if one of us dies.
Oh, I'm so looking forward to one of you dying. All right, let's go ahead and make that tease roll.
That's the normal GM's job is to look forward to a party member dying, isn't
it?
All right, so I'll actually move first here just to make absolutely sure. And I mean, she's 12. She's been in school longer, so apparently she's got a much better vocabulary than anyone else does, and she uses all of it.
Certainly better than the Leviathan.
Oh, yeah. All right. 86.
Oh,
I do believe
nice.
Look at that. Now, the Leviathan is ready for you, and he has focused, and he is focusing all his intelligence and will, and it just doesn't matter. He rolled as well as he could, and you have completely flabbergasted him. What do you say?
Oh, dude, that's my weak point as a player on here. Let's see, something about how she wouldn't even feed him Dakota.
Oof.
All right. Well, you have successfully teased the Leviathan, and he will spend his turn trying to target you and failing. Who do you choose to go next with the now +2 action chain bonus?
I think that's enough to get your hammer into the crack and break his armor.
I actually just did the math. I get even number roll dice against his armor, so there is a good chance.
Actually, he has lost a tough dice because of Coda, so he is now rolling.
Oh, okay, yeah. I could reduce the armor even more.
Yeah, let's crack it open so then other folks can do some damage around it.
Yep.
You're up.
All right. Take that swing.
So I am going to swing my hammer at the broccoli lobster. 21.
Oh, nice.
It rolls 15. You overcome it, and you crack that armor in reducing its armor by 1. Describe it.
So what I do is I just jump up and with all my might, I slam down on its main body with the hammer.
Okay. You hear a very satisfying crack as you increase the action chain bonus to +3. Who do you choose to take the next turn?
I am going to have Bard go next.
Smash it open even harder.
Yep.
Yep.
That's all break.
All right. So seeing him crack it open again, I'm going to aim for that opening with my slingshot.
All right.
So that's 3 for the bonus plus my 2 strong, so 5. Nice.
Yeah, nice. And its armor has been compromised, so it's only rolling 3 dice for a total of 9.
Oh yeah.
Fantastic. That's a great roll.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. You put your slingshot shot directly into the meat of its side. It doesn't kill it, but you can hear it hiss in pain. You want to describe it?
Yeah, so after giggling about hitting Gator, I'm kind of a little shaky from the giggle, but my aim is true. It's been true this whole broccoli lobster fight. So
Yeah,
boom, right into that soft spot.
nice. All right, and you increase the action chain to +4. Who do you want to choose? Probably not your brother.
Yeah, not my brother because he's a loser. We'll go with Mega's unpronounceable name,
Siobhan.
Siobhan.
Yeah, Siobhan.
Okay, so I'm gonna step up here. I'm guessing since it's only rolling 2 dice, it probably has 1 life and 1 armor.
Yes. In fact, now that is exactly it. It has 1 tough dice left and 1 armor.
Okay, in that case, well, you know what?
It looks at you. It turns toward you with its beady eyes. It knows it's trapped. It knows it's surrounded. It clacks its claws as steam and horrible broccoli smell wafts off its body.
Gator, what's your brave rating?
I got 1 brave.
Oh, just 1? Okay.
I have an excuse me die.
Okay.
I have a brave.
I was just wondering because because you already threw your javelin, right? So you don't have any ranged attack at this point?
Or even a weapon.
I am down to 1 strong die attack with.
Okay, I'm just gonna try. I'm gonna just be a sadistic little shit and break the rest of its armor so that you can kill it off. But I'm just gonna shoot a grog since you won't be able to get to it.
Yeah.
So that's 1 for my strong. That's 1 for my rod, and 4. Jesus.
So 6.
Wait, what?
Slash roll, then 66.
Oh, whoops. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, wrong order. It happens.
Oh my god!
With all those ones.
That is a lousy roll, but your enemy is so weakened it doesn't matter. Would you please put this monster out of its misery?
Yeah, I basically just go up and take my rod and essentially just in the open section where the armor's been cracked away, I just essentially kind of stab it, smash it with the rod straight down.
The beast,
right into its fleshy bit and
shudders.
Center.
Its claws open and close, and it lets out a steaming hiss and collapses.
And that's what you get.
The gully is strangely quiet now that the the clicking and clacking of the broccoli lobsters has stopped. Steam still rises from the ground. It is getting darker in the forest as you look around. Some of you are hurt. Some of you are just winded, but you have survived this fight. And as you look around, you realize that some of the holes that the broccoli lobsters climbed out of, especially the very big one that this Leviathan climbed out of, have stuff in them. And in fact, the hole the Leviathan climbed out of has another skeleton in it. It looks like it might have actually pulled this poor creature into the hole and had slowly eaten it until nothing was left but a skeleton. If you want to, you can all poke around in the holes and see what kind of loot you.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and
did you sacrifice?
That was a lot of people talking at the same time.
Okay, I'll go first. I'll poke around and see what we can find.
All right, go ahead and make a loot roll.
Okay, and that's rolling what?
You're gonna roll 2 dice.
Thank you. Yes.
Okay, 2d6.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, and then the loot table is right here to the right of our action chain.
Yeah.
Action board.
Okay, I rolled a 6.
Hey.
The loot table.
Fish.
Oh, a fish. I love fish so much.
You get to roll on a whole new table.
We're going to bring the whole game to a screeching halt so we can talk about fish. Fish are my favorite thing in Yeld. You discover a fish at the bottom of this hole. Why is there a fish? What is it doing there? Probably the broccoli lobster's reading it. I would like you to roll. I would like to give you some options.
Okay.
Of the different kinds of fish you can find. Right? This might be an angry trout. It might be a flying salmon, or it might be a swordfish.
Okay, so do I roll?
You can just choose. I'm letting you choose.
I'm going to choose the swordfish.
Fantastic. I would also like you to roll an additional d6.
Got a 6.
Hey.
All right, cool. So here's how this fish works. First of all, fish are food items, and how food items work is you can eat them as a free action at any point, even right before you make a roll, and they give you a benefit. In the case of the swordfish, however, the swordfish is a little special. When you decide to use it, it becomes a sword, and I don't mean like it turns into a fancy sword. It's just a fish you can hit people. So when you decide you want to use the swordfish, it's going to become a weapon that gives you 1 strong die and 1 brave die as long as you're.
Okay.
And once you decide to use it, it will remain a usable weapon until the end of the adventure.
Okay.
That's
Excellent.
what the additional die roll is for. So congratulations, you found a sword.
What I want to do is I want to say, hey, I just found a swordfish here that I think can be used as a weapon. Who needs a weapon?
It's fantastically generous.
Anyone?
I can see you're all eager to take this slimy sword out of your friend's hand.
I'm just thinking, would that be funny to have Coda walking around with the fish?
I was thinking, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
keep in mind, if Coda is using a weapon, they won't be able to benefit from their bite dice or their jump dice.
Oh, right.
Oh, okay.
Which doesn't mean it might not be worth it.
It would still be hilarious, but
Yeah, it would.
And because there are multiple holes, if somebody else would like to make a loot roll, there is something else you might be able to
I will go next.
All right, go ahead and roll 2d6.
That's a 6. Gee, I wonder.
Oh my God,
what
it's
that
another
could be.
fish. All right. Well, it's a hole full of fish, and that's what we love. There is still an angry trout and a flying salmon in that. Is one of those interesting to you?
I'm going to go with the flying salmon.
Okay, of course you are, and that is the best choice. All right, a flying salmon. Again, a fish is a food item. I'd like you to roll an additional d6 real quick.
Okay.
Okay, great. This is a shiny fish, beautiful fish. It's the prettiest fish you've ever seen. Not like pretty like you want to kiss it, but pretty in that you would hang it from a wall. If you decide to eat this fish at some point during your adventure, you can eat the fish as a free action, even right before you make a roll. And what it will do is for 2 rounds, it will give you the fly special die. And what this means is for 2 rounds you can fly, but very specifically, what fly does is when you are attacked by monsters, you can add your fly dice to your defense rolls as long as they're not attacking you with a ranged attack. So when you're getting attacked, eat that fish. It'll help.
Okay.
All right. As much as you all dig around in the rest of the holes, you find some skeletons, some fish skeletons, and you find this one or larger skeleton like the ones you've seen before. But there's nothing else of interest in the holes.
Can we get some bones?
Tara would like
Yes.
to patch up our dog who took that nasty hit.
Well, thanks. That's a good idea. And yes, one of you can take a bone as well. So let's talk about restore rolls and first aid. Several of you got hit. Each of you has a certain number of restore rolls you can use during each adventure. That varies a little bit depending on how much you are. You can always make a restore roll to try to regain some lost core dice. You can't do this during a fight unless you are a ghost. But outside of a fight, like right now, you can, if you have any restore rolls left to use, and each one of you has at least one, you can roll on the restore roll table to see if you can regain core dice. Now, Tara has first aid dice.
Yep.
First aid is a special die that allows you to spend one of your restore rolls to let another friend regain core dice.
Yeah, so I will go ahead and do that. So I get 2 dice to, looks like, try and get at least a 5.
Yep.
For poor Coda. Yeah, Gator got zipped too, but I'm kind of used to seeing them just back and forth at this point. But
Gator
Gator's
can
the
try
dog.
to restore himself. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, gonna have to.
All right.
Apparently, bandages don't do too good for concussions.
Yeah.
But there is this nice big like cross bandage across Coda's nose at this point.
Okay.
It does no good,
No.
but it looks cute.
Yeah, I think
you tried and you spent one of your dice. That doesn't mean Coda can't also try to make a restore roll using one of his rolls.
that's the thing.
Okay, so what do I roll for restore?
So if you want to make a restore roll, what you're going to do is you're going to roll your brave dice.
Brave dice. Okay.
If you have a piece of equipment that gives you more brave dice, I don't think anybody does. You would add that as well. And if you have the special die nap, you can also add that.
I don't have nap. Don't have any equipment for that. I just have first aid.
Okay.
1 die.
First aid is handy for helping other people, but it doesn't help you restore
Okay.
your own dice.
All right, then I guess I roll 2d6.
Okay.
Nine.
All right. So you need to roll a 5 or better to get at least 1 core die back. So you do restore one of your lost core dice, and you can choose which one that is.
Okay. Well, I'm only missing the 1 die, so
Gator's
I'll
going to
get
go ahead and
smart
make
again.
a restore roll.
All right.
I do have a nap die, so Gator just lays down and snores for like 5 seconds, and
Yeah.
gets
That
up,
is successful.
rubs his tush where he got shot, and is back to normal.
All right. Is anybody else missing any dice?
I think that's all that got hit.
Okay. Now, if you use a restore roll, there'll be a place on your character sheet to record how many restore rolls you've used during the game. That is right under your core dice.
And those refresh at the start of every game. Is that correct?
Of every adventure.
Yeah.
That's correct. So you, as you can see, you either have 1, 2, or 3 to use during every adventure. Depending. All right. No, as a note, I believe this game was only supposed to last till 8. Is that correct?
Well, yes, and that's something I wanted to talk to the group about. What would you guys think about extending it for another hour?
Oh, if we want to do that next time, I think that's okay. Tonight, I can't really continue on, and it does feel like we're at a good stopping point.
I was about to say that.
Okay,
I
so-
would not be opposed to playing longer next week, but I think this is a great stopping point.
Yeah, and I agree. So how about next week we do 3 hours? Because I'm actually really enjoying this.
Well, I am.
Sounds good.
I like
3 hours
Sounds
worth.
good.
the tactics and stuff like that. Very enjoyable. In fact, Zabby brought that up in chat that they're liking the tactical capabilities, especially with the whole entire teasing and us cornering it and stuff like that, making it not able to do anything while we just pounded it was really cool.
Well, let's go ahead and have this be our break point. Before we end, there's 2 things I'd like to mention.
Okay.
The first thing is that this was an easy adventure. Adventures in Yeld have 3 difficulty, which are easy, normal. I would like to, if you're interested, do a normal adventure next time, which will be more difficult. Does that sound good for everybody?
I'm up
Yeah,
for it.
definitely.
Yeah.
All
Yeah,
right.
let's do it.
Kill one of us off.
Guys use ghost actions.
No,
Someone wants to be a ghost.
You know, I mean, I think you should expect some trouble next time. And keeping that in mind, the rewards for this adventure, because this was a successful adventure, you defeated the boss monster. You will each receive 1 reward die. Okay, and
there's a place to record that.
Yeah, on your character sheet, on the first page of your character sheet, you can record how many reward dice you've received in total. You can spend your reward die, and you should, to either make a roll on the treasure table and get some treasure, which you may or may not be able to use, or what I recommend is buying a new special die. And you can select a new special die from the normal special die list on page 141. And there are so many fantastically cool options there that you may be interested to increase your tactical capabilities, or you might want something like run or excuse me or nap, which we saw Gator use to make a restore roll.
Those are in fact the 3 special dice I have.
Yeah.
Run, nap, and excuse me.
And those are always special dice I recommend. But you also have the option to get combat special dice like break or fight dirty or
trip or headbutt.
Yes, there's so many options. I would encourage you to take a look at the normal special die list. And if you're interested in recommendations, I'm totally happy to make recommendations in chat.
Another thing to mention is that you can buy special dice you already have, because you can have up to 3 of them. So if you want an extra run die, you can certainly get it. If you want, an
extra cry die.
So it can be worth stacking stuff.
Yeah. For example, our dog has 2 bite dice, and we all saw how that allowed him to make some big attacks.
Okay, excellent. And just to let you guys know, if you're new to this stream, I have a Discord link to the description down below so that you can join in and see our pen and paper role-playing section, so you can see the conversations we're having on the sides between streams of this.
Mm-hmm. And I will be in that channel, and I'm happy to answer both questions about the game for the players we have right now, and also questions for anybody else.
Yeah, and if you're actually just wanting to talk to other people playing Yeld, or talk to Jake or Nick, they do have their own Discord, which is I believe you guys have a link to it on your website, right?
We do, yeah.
Which I have a link to their website in the description, so you can join either or. I highly recommend it. And other than that, I think we're pretty much done here. I think everyone's free to go, but I have a question for Jake and Nick, if you'd be willing to sort of stick around for a moment or two in case any of the viewers have any questions about the games for you guys to answer.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Okay, excellent.
And thanks so much, all of you, for playing tonight. This was a lot of fun.
This was
extremely fun. Thanks for running it. Super enjoyed it.
I'm hoping we can get more into your characters during the next session.
Yeah. I think that'll be very possible, with a lot more possible with extending it an hour, going 3 hours instead too.
Yeah.
All right. I do have to hop offline though, so I'll see y'all next weekend. Thanks.
See you next week.
Thanks. See you later, Meg. And the rest of you, of the group are willing to, if you want to stay around and sort of chat and ask your own questions, feel free to just stick around. But does anyone on, watching this, if you have any questions, put them in the, send it through the YouTube, and I will ask them, and we will go from there. Okay, Axel actually has a good question for you guys. What kind of world is this set in? Is it fantasy, medieval, cyberpunk, sci-fi, post-apocalyptic?
That is a good question. We didn't see much of this world just in this first session. Of course, the characters, the kids that you're all playing, come from our world. Come from a small town, and probably in this game in the United States. But the world of Yeld that they discover through this magical door is a fantasy world. And to an extent, we kind of leave that up to the players to be the kind of fantasy world they're interested in. But in the official canon of Yeld, it is a fantasy world that has been civilized for thousands and thousands of years, but has gone through a series of magical apocalypses. So civilization has been ground down several times. So there's a disparity in the technology that you can find in the different civilizations you can find in this world. Some, like the goblins, are fairly high-tech civilizations, while most, like the king's people and the fairies and the mermaids and the toothpacers, are more of a kind of a standard medieval fantasy level of technology. Beyond that, though, Yeld is a land that is sparsely populated. Most of Yeld is wild. Most of Yeld is dominated. Cities and towns and villages are few and far between. But those cities and towns tend to be, varying in their acceptance of strangers and travelers. Like some are relatively friendly because they rely on being friendly and getting along with their neighbors, while some are very hostile. Many of the towns, the kingdom of Yeld is ruled by an evil vampire prince, so many of the towns and cities are overseen by vampires, and those vampires are often as cruel and horrible as you would think they are. Although, sometimes they are civic-minded people who are actually trying to do their best for the people who live in towns. So as you travel around Yeld, and travel is a big part of the game, you get to see the various, civilizations, the various cities, and the various ruins of previous civilizations that you might find.
Okay, excellent. We got another question here from Axel. He wants to know, when will we see our first dragon?
You won't. There are no dragons in Yeld. Yeld has one dragon. That's true. The dragons in Yeld died out a long time ago. There is still one left in the canon, and he is a character that you do meet in the process of playing the game. The way Yeld works is that it has a set meta plot. So as you the characters are going to discover this door to Yeld. They are going to go through the door and explore this land, and eventually the door is going to close behind them and trap them. And they'll discover that the only way they can leave is if they go on this quest to find the keys that are that will unlock this door. And each of these keys is controlled by one of the lieutenants of Prince Dragul, the evil vampire who rules the land. And these lieutenants are called the Hunters of Yeld. And this is like a very Legend of Zelda coded quest. You go to these temples and you fight these giant boss monsters in order to take their keys, their Triforces. And the last dragon of Yeld, Croesus, is one of these bosses that you get to fight, and you get to learn his history and learn how he is, who he is and what he's about, and why he might have been an ally for you sometime, but now can't be.
Okay, excellent. His comment was, no dragons? So it's sort of like Skyrim.
You know what? This is going to sound crazy. I know Nick has played. I've never played Skyrim in my entire life. I played some of the other games in that series, but I've never played Skyrim. Yeah, I know.
I'm a big Elder Scrolls fan. I played every single Elder Scrolls there is.
Yeah, I played a lot of Morrowind, but I just never got around to Skyrim.
My favorite, the one I always go back to is Daggerfall.
Okay, yeah, I played a little bit of Daggerfall way back in the day. I don't think I even owned a computer with that. It's kind of a thing.
Yeah, the reason I keep going back to Daggerfall is because of the random map or dungeon generation for non-story quests.
Mm-hmm. That was awesome.
Oh, amazing. I'm surprised they didn't continue it on with the sequels.
Yeah.
One of the things with the Croesus fight, because each of these like unique hunters comes with a pre-generated fight that has like bespoke rules to make them a more unique experience than you would normally get out of your average fight. And one of the ways that we represent this is that Croesus isn't placed on the action board because he is the action board. So when you fight him, you're just on his back and you're having to move around and deal with him that way.
Oh, that's
I think it's a fun and interesting fight, and it has some cool little mechanics that are unique to it.
Yeah,
as well as some really cool consequences, like defeating, if you're able to defeat Croesus, and how you were able to defeat him, because he is this enormous kaiju-sized creature, and defeating him and the way you defeat him, not only is the defeat of this monster, but it changes the state of the land around you. It really transforms the map around you, and there's definitely huge consequences for your actions after facing him.
Yeah, I just hope he doesn't roll over and try to play dead while we're on his back trying to beat him.
he is 100% going to roll and try to throw you off. He's also flying while this happens, so the entire fight takes place as he's flying.
Oh wow,
that is a lot of fun.
That's interesting.
Yeah. Each of the 7 hunters of Yeld is designed to be this enormous, not just a boss fight, but an entire bespoke boss adventure that is in the rulebook. So the idea is that you have these 7 boss monsters you're doing, like a Legend of Zelda game. But just like a Legend of Zelda game, there's a lot of exploration and a lot of cool stuff that happens in between each one of these adventures. So the idea is that you're filling in these adventures as you go along. You're taking turns fleshing out the world and creating parts of the world and having your own adventures in between these enormous boss fights and story-rich boss fights.
Yeah, and that's where you get a lot of freedom by the players and the GM on where they choose to go.
Yeah, you really do. Yeld is the way we constructed Yeld. Kind of similar to what we were just saying about Daggerfall and its randomly generated non-story dungeons. The idea is that Yeld is a fleshed out place, but the map is not fleshed out. So you get to choose where things are. You get to choose what you're going to visit and what's important to you. You might decide that giant dragon Croesus is a monster you want to fight early on in your adventures, and he's right next to where you first emerge through the door to Yeld. Or you might decide he's a monster you want to fight way later, and he's much further away. So the players and the GM have a lot of authorship over how that works.
In some ways, I agree with you there, but there's the age thing. Because talk about what happens when you turn 13 and the whole entire thing of the seasons and stuff like that.
Okay, well, what we're going to see very quickly with Coda, the dog, in the game we're playing right now, is because Coda is about to turn 13 as well, like probably during our next game or like the day after that. When characters from our world, when the kids from our world come to Yeld, the magic of Yeld is slowly changing. They're not from Yeld, so it's changing them, it's corrupting them, it's transforming them, and slowly they're going to become monsters. So when they turn 13, around their 13th birthday, they're going to become monsters, and the players get to choose a monster job. They get to choose a job like where vampire or something stranger like Deep Mage, which has a giant evil spellcasting squid that lives on their head. And what this means is that the characters are going through this awful, terrible, but maybe also awesome transformation where they're no longer normal people. They are monstrous people. And they continue as players and as characters, but now they're different. Not necessarily evil, not necessarily bad, but their lives are more complicated. And probably their lives are also more complicated for their friends who, because all the characters are different ages, they don't all become monsters at the same time. Becoming a monster makes you much more powerful and gives you all these cool abilities, but it also gives you downsides that make play not more difficult, but more interesting and add like another layer of texture. So the idea is that as you're traveling around Yeld, time is passing, going from map square to map square as you go to fight different boss monsters and go on these adventures takes time. Traveling takes time. Visiting different places takes time. So you're constantly getting older, and the kids are constantly getting closer to their 13th birthdays. And the idea is that if you can find these keys and unlock the door before you turn 13, that's great. You can leave this magical land. You can escape back to our world and you don't turn into a monster. But if you become a monster, you're stuck. You can't leave. That doesn't mean your friends can't leave, so you might still want to help them.
Okay.
I mean, of course you still want to help them.
And Axel, when you mentioned Croesus, he's like, isn't that a Dragon Prince in Skyrim? I don't know. When I play Skyrim, I get sidetracked with stealing and robbing people. So
I think the name Croesus for me came from, I'm trying to remember. It was a shortening of some other name that I liked from some other fantasy video game, almost certainly a JRPG. But this would have been a very long time ago because we came up with this character probably 20 years ago in an older RPG we were playing at the time, which might have been around the time of Skyrim actually.
I can't remember how
Skyrim's a very old game at this point. But yeah, no, I mean, I think if you play our game, I think if you play the Magical Land of Yeld, I'm sure you've noticed this. There's lots of ideas that we've said we really like this, so we want it in our game. For example, Yeld is very Final Fantasy coded. you will find black mages and white mages and red mages, as well as other ideas from Final Fantasy, because we love stuff. And similarly, I talked about how the whole game is very Legend of Zelda structured, in that you are exploring this overworld to fight these boss monsters that have this item that you're to take and gather up 7 of them to unlock your door. That is, of course, the classic Legend of Zelda plot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's really interesting, and actually seeing the actual gameplay of it was really, nice in the way that you guys envisioned it.
Well, I think one of the things we first talked about when we met you Game Storm last year, and we talked about since then, is how we wanted to make a role playing game that felt like it was a kind of a classic JRPG.
Yeah,
and also we. To some extent, like an MMO. So the game is really structured in the way JRPG or an be.
Yeah, see, the way I see it is you guys took the JRPG gameplay mechanics, but kept the Western character creation going.
Yeah.
Because every JRPG I've ever played, you're playing this character. It's not it's not, you're not given the freedom to choose really the way you look or what class you are. You are this.
And that's funny too, because I feel like in the JRPGs I grew up, I'm very old. So when I was playing Dragon Warrior when I was a kid, which later became, and the older Final Fantasy games and stuff like that, you could create your own characters. You had the template of Red Mage and Warrior and Priestess, and then you could give them names, and those were your own characters. And there were certainly games that had preset characters as well, like Secret of Mana, which is a huge influence on us, or Lufia, or some other games. So like in older JRPGs, there was definitely a mix there. But yeah, I feel like in the last 25 years, there has definitely been a tendency in Japanese role-playing games to focus more on pre-existing characters with their own stories.
Yeah.
And I think that can be fun as well. I really love so many of those characters, but that's not what we wanted to do here at all.
Yeah, exactly. Well, and plus you designed it, just as that time was starting to happen in JRPGs. So you were used to the old way of create your own character, and then you have the other characters joining in.
Yeah.
And so that's what you're going off is more the older JRPG.
Right. And it is interesting, because if you look at our book and you look at the characters in the book, our Red Mage is obviously a specific person, or White Mage is also a specific person. Like a lot of American RPGs, pen and paper RPGs, we use example characters for our different jobs, and you can see them all throughout the book and throughout other products. So they get to be. We get to have our cake and eat it too, in that we get to have these specific characters who we can use in our books to tell Yeld's story, but also players get to, of course, make their own characters.
Exactly, and that's the great thing is having these jobs. Now you'll notice on my character sheet, I don't have a job right now, and the reason being is because when you enter the world of Yeld, you don't have a job. You're just coming in as a kid. Later on in the gameplay, we're going to be given a job in different, there's different ways that you can get jobs. And I find that very interesting and cool. So, once that happens, that's going to be fun, because there's several of us that we're up in the air on several different jobs that interest us.
Yeah, and what we don't want to do with our game is structured very deliberately as a series of escalations. So, you're starting out just as normal kids who have discovered this magical land, and in our first adventure, we're just fighting big lobsters. They're not scary. And we're using simple tools, simple weapons that we found laying around and stuff we brought from home. So after our first adventure or two, we're going to have the opportunity to choose our jobs. Something is going to happen, and you're each going to have the opportunity to take on one of these heroic roles, like Oathbreaker, Black Mage, or Witch, and that's going to be really cool. And what that means is that's a huge escalation in gameplay, both in the sense that we'll be introducing a lot more rules and systems to you all, and you'll have a chance to learn those separate from the systems we're learning now, so that'll be a little easier. But it also means that you'll have all these cool new capabilities, and you'll be more powerful, but we'll also get to fight more powerful monsters and take on tougher challenges, and that'll be really cool too.
Yeah. Well, I'm sort of hoping, because I'm wanting to sort of dig in, because not only do you guys have the jobs, but then you have the advanced jobs and the masteries of those jobs that you get the option of later on in the game. So it's sort of like, and the only Final Fantasy I've really played is Final Fantasy 14.
Okay, sure.
And that one, you can start off in one job, like let's say a brawler. And then as you work along, you can take that brawler and turn them into a monk.
Right, and that is the exact kind of thing that's happening here. You can master your job to focus on, new abilities and new special dice and new capabilities, and that's really cool. Or you can say, in Final Fantasy 14 parlance, you can say, I don't want to be this monk anymore. I want to try out being can't I think of it in Final Fantasy 14 jobs, thaumaturges, for example.
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe you play thaumaturges for a while, then you're like, I don't like this, I'm going to try being a scholar, and then you might do that for a while, and you say, I gained some cool skills from scholar, so I'm going to go back to being a monk now, and I'm going to take those scholar skills with me to be this cool kind of hybrid customized thing that you built yourself.
Yeah. See, that's the direction I'm actually thinking of going, because I'm looking between the witch hunter and the what is it, the freelancer. And I think I'm going to start witch hunter first, because I like the idea of hammer and shield and being able to throw my shield and stuff like that, and I want to go freelancer and continue on that path, because what I want to get is the bounty hunting license.
Oh, sure. Yeah, that is really cool. Maybe I can entice you with some of our weirder jobs. Like maybe you'd be interested in becoming a cheese master?
Cheese master. I thought I would leave that to the dog.
All right. Well, there's also a mercenary maid, where you can clean up the battlefield for a price. Or you might want to become a you might want to become a dentist, where you can use your teeth to cast spells, but you only have so many teeth, so be careful.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeld has a lot of
I am an 8-year-old. There are teeth that I could lose and still grow back.
Yeah, that's the truth. If you have not lost your baby teeth yet, that might be an okay choice. Yeld has a lot of weird jobs. It has a lot of normal jobs. It has a lot of more epic jobs, like the Boulder Knight or the Drudge Angel.
Vampire hunter.
The vampire. There's a wide variety of options.
Yeah.
In the core rulebook, we have 8 heroic jobs, which are your core jobs, and then 8 advanced jobs and 8 monster jobs. But we have other products as well, which offer so many more options. And of course, like I said before, you can always go back and forth between those jobs to really customize what you want to do and what you build.
Now, see that's something
I personally think is a lot of fun.
That's something I'd like to see that'd be interesting to happen in this game later on as we go on, is bringing in some of those non-core books once we've gotten used to the core game.
Yeah. I always recommend
that people rattle things up.
Right. I always recommend that people stick with our core book, because that has everything you need to play and everything. But then, as they get used to the system, you can look at what other stuff is available. I don't think I played a lot of Yeld games, of course, because it's my game.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever played a game where anybody tried to bring in every single thing from every expansion, because we have 22 expansions at this point. But I have played several games where people bring in several different things and make their own weird combinations, and that's always a lot of fun.
Maybe we need to break that streak and do it live on stream of bringing in all 20 expansions.
Oh my God, that's we can talk about it. We can see where this goes.
We have the best 2 people to do it with.
You have two people who are stressed out and overwhelmed in all parts of their lives at all times. But yeah, I mean, we can see how it goes.
See, there you go. You have the experience.
Yeah. Experience is what we have. I should say that it's probably time for me to log.
Okay, well, yeah, it's getting close to being 9 o'clock our time, anyways, because they're actually in Portland, Oregon, near where I live. So I've actually met several times both Jake and Nick. In fact, when I was at GameStorm a couple weeks ago,
which was a lot of fun.
Oh, it was great fun. I sat down, would talk to them. We were rolling ideas and discussing things, and
yeah, we had a whole bunch of really good conversations.
Oh yeah, we did. And one of the ones that I'm looking forward that you people watching the stream will see is the thumbnail is going to change.
Yeah.
Jake, who's the artist of all this stuff, he is going to make a custom thumbnail with all of our characters. So everyone in the group, I asked them to send a description of their character to Jake, and he's going to create a thumbnail because I gave him a copy of one of my thumbnails so that he has the proportion size correctly, and let him know, don't put anything important in the upper right hand corner because that's where the live stream goes, plate goes. And so you're going to see that change, and who knows, maybe as our character is advanced, he, if he feels in the mood, maybe altering those thumbnails with the new stuff that happens. Yeah, I'm joking around.
We will see. But I do hope to have some art of that done by our next game.
Yeah, if not, we still have the placeholder of your really good art that I put up for the thumbnail. I chose the one where it has sort of like the panda looking guy.
That's one of our fairies. Yeah.
Yeah. And then 3 of the friends sort of in combat there with them. And then I took your Yeld logo, a second edition, put it in one corner, and then the live stream in the other corner.
Sure.
So it looks good. We're still representing your great art, which is great. But I think having something showing all of our friends would be even cooler.
Yeah, I think it would too.
And the whole entire thing of it constantly changing based on what we've found and what we're wearing. I'm joking about that.
No, he's not. Run.
I can't tell if you were joking or not, but I'm sure everybody who plays role-playing games knows that there is, always an artist in your role-playing group, and there's always people who are like, draw my character, draw my character, draw my character.
Yeah.
And no matter how much as an artist you love doing that, you always get to the point where you're like, there's only 24 hours in a day.
Yep.
But you do your best, and you try to put aside time so you can get it done. Exactly.
Which is why instead of me saying, hey, I want you to do this, I said, are you open to doing this?
Yeah, and I appreciate that.
Because I know what it's like to not have enough time in the day. There's so many days I don't have enough time to do everything on this list. I got to put something on the back burner for that day. And, I'm getting there because I didn't expect to have like a Stars Reach just came out with an update. And so like, in about an hour, I have to jump into Stars Reach, get a bunch of footage for the update, record the voice, put together a video, get that ready for to release tomorrow, so that people who are interested in Stars Reach can check it out.
There's always something else to do.
Yes, there is. But anyways, I'm going to go ahead and end the stream. I want to thank you guys all for watching, and have a great night. We'll see you next Friday for another game of Yeld, and on Sundays I do City Heroes community gameplay. Have a great night, everyone.
Happy Easter.
That's right.
Yes, happy Easter.